All we knew is what we saw first. Wheels up for whatever till it all works. And I tell them, one time up for Chi Ali. Cause I could be in the box if I ain't see that screen. Gray basements on all of my fitteds. If I'm on then we did it. Applaud with it if you see my lead. One time.
What's good, man?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Likewise, man, likewise.
So, A Dream Deferred. As a fan of yours, I've heard whispers of that title for probably a couple years now.
Yeah.
So how long have you been working on this project?
I had the title for a minute because I knew what I wanted the follow-up to be to The Salvation. I knew what I wanted to talk about, where the story would go and things of that nature.
A Dream Deferred is such a massive title. Tell me why you chose it and what it means.
Well, you know, it really came from, you know, the Langston Hughes poem of the same name. And the thing about that poem, it's so short. It's only like 4 lines, but it means so much and it's so impactful, you know. Everybody's talking about the dream and dreaming and all that. And I dig it because we all got the same dream and we all come from the same place. But what happens when that doesn't go to where you dreamed, you know, it would go? What happens when it's different from what you saw it like in your sleep? This is what happened. In high school and junior high, all I wanted was to be on Bad Boy. I thought I was gonna walk down the street, run in the puff, spit a verse, and he was gonna be like, yo, come back with me to the office and let's sign. That's what I thought was gonna happen when I was 12, 13, 14 years old.
First single off the joint is Jetport Strings.
Yeah.
Produced by Ninth Wonder. How did this record come about?
Yeah, well, that beat, that may be one of the first beats I had for the album. I gave him the joint to chop up. And he was like, oh, that's easy. I was like, yeah? He was like, yo, give me 10 minutes. So I'm in the other room, beat banging, I'm in there not paying attention, I don't want to hear it early. And screaming, yo, Sky, yo, come here. Come back in the room, he goes, what you think of this? And he hit the play button on that MP and that. One time up for Chi Ali, cause I could be in a box if I ain't see that screen. My mama prayed that I wouldn't be Chi Ali. Now my mama strayed cause I wanted to be Chi Ali. They say my Jetport strings was tying it all together. I was like, son. He was like, yup, you did exactly what I wanted done with that beat. Exactly what I wanted done to it. You know, I was feeling to wear that fitted and wear that living for the living. You hear that penning, well yeah, that did it, I mean. And it starts the album, it's one of the earlier records on the album because the album starts with this dream and everything that, you know, we all want to achieve and how we feel like, yeah, let's get it, let's get it. And then it goes into the realization of, is this really going to happen or not? And just the differences between what happened and what could have happened and why I even decided to jump in this. And that's why the hook is one time up for Chi Ali, because I could be in a box if I didn't see that screen. I started rhyming because of Chi Ali. When I was 9 years old and I saw Age Ain't Nothing But a Number on Video Music Box, Ralph McDaniels and all that, living in Brooklyn, saw it, and 9 years old, my jaw was on the floor. The minute the video went off, I started rhyming. And that's what it all ties into. So I'm forever kind of indebted to Chi. You know, you saw yourself going triple platinum and doing all that. That's what it was when I was, you know, a kid coming up and wanting to become this guy, you know, it was all that, you know?
There's a common thread, aside from dreams, interweaving, and that, I feel like, is Brooklyn. Yeah. I feel like Brooklyn is a character in this story that you're telling.
Yeah, you know, I write and rhyme about what I know, and the setting and the backdrop of what I've been through or what I go through and things like that is where I live. You know, the hustle of Brooklyn and that nature and that go get it by any means, I think it plays into everything. You know, Brooklyn is the one place you go anywhere in the world, party or show or whatever, anywhere in the world, where Brooklyn at? And people start screaming like if they were from Brooklyn, you know what I mean?
When you name a song, Spike Lee Was My Hero, what does that even sound like? How did you know that that beat was that story?
You know, when I heard the beat, it just screamed superhero music.
Who did this?
Tall black guy. Yeah, it just screamed. Busting the door, cape flying in the wind, hands on the hip, like, what up? Like, I'm here. You know what I mean? It just screamed superhero, and I was like, that is it.
From my pillow, right? Made me lean out my window, right? You knew the scene from the get-go, right? But Spike Lee was my hero, right?
It's about me growing up and the differences between like me and my friends, the similarities and the differences as to if everybody went this way, what made it possible for me to go that way, even though we came from the same place, we about the same things, we wanted the same things. And I think a part of that is because Spike Lee was my hero, along with the guys in the corner who we all looked up to, along with everything that we saw in popular culture or whatever it was that we all wanted. But at the same time, I had that other vision as well and that other side, and I was privileged to have Spike as a hero due to his movies and his influence on my life, you know what I mean?
Hanging out my window, help me see that. You know the scene, rubbing shoulders with the cast like I wrote the lead. Did I just wrote where we was at and put that over these? Bad bitches want Isabel Marantz, and we all trying to get them what they want, so you know the speed.
You know, whether they're good for us or not, we all want the same things. We have the same desires and we look to the same things for happiness and fulfillment. But, you know, Spike was my hero, you know what I mean? So it made me kind of want to alter the way I go about it. Like, I understand what it is that they're dealing with because we was in the same place. It's just I was fortunate enough to have something else to look at, you know what I mean?
Proud neighbors who beg louder than Al Qaeda, moving them keys like Cal Jada for the cheese like Sal famous. Fiends looking for houses where the Bronx probably cooking on the corners, we barbecuing at block parties in Brooklyn.
Talib on Spike Lee was my hero. It made sense, you know, when I was with him, he was like, yo, Spike was my hero too. Done deal, that makes sense.
On top of us with binoculars to properly get the drop on us. Some topical like clockers, cause crack kills. They're making a movie, but I'm making black films with my rap skills.
So what is your favorite Spike Lee joint?
Oh man, it's a tie between Do the Right Thing and Mo Better Blues.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how did you get Freeway to be on Pockets Full?
I've been a Free fan. You know, to me, Philadelphia Freeway was a classic. You know what I mean? It has 5 stars on my iPod. You know what I mean? So, I've just been a fan for him for a while, and collabing with Free was on my bucket list.
My pockets was empty too, I put the triple mind profit on some of the Skyzoo.
I know the beat, man. The beat just said it. It was so dirty, but so clean at the same time. Illmind did the beat. It just screamed that. You know, when I heard it, it was just so dirty, but still so musical.
Young G's get green like the Irish flow wavy. I'm about to set seas like a pirate call it Navy up. Tell them team.
It's ill because as soon as the record comes on and you hear that Biggie,
Yeah.
like that already set the tone.
Right.
And then in the verse, you said growing up down the block.
Right. When you neighbors with the greatest, your applause sounds Madison Square like, yeah. That's why we put it there. It was just paying homage because a lot of people know, you know, my story. I grew up a block away from Big and all that. And, you know, I even start the joint with a mixtape freestyle line from his. How they talking nipper ain't living it. I spade pop, I'm sipping it. Made mine to live, you know what I mean? So I flipped it a little bit. But yeah, just being that close and seeing that it could really happen. We used to, we was little, you know, when he was coming out. I think I was between 10, 11, 12, like those years.
So you was already writing?
Oh yeah. But we kind of saw how it happened. You know, we saw where like he was around and then he was around a little less and a little less because he was doing his thing, you know? And then he would come back to the hood and, you know, you would see him in the Lex across the street or down the block or whatever it was, and we saw that and we was like, damn, you know, this could really happen. But then it also plays into the title of A Dream Deferred, where it's like, what if things don't go exactly the way they went for him? You know what I mean? So it does play into that, you know? It just all weaves it together, man, but it's an honor to be able to say I saw that motivation so close, you know what I mean? You know, shout out to my parents for choosing the right block to live on that. You know what I mean?
Wow. Cool, man. Thanks for dropping by.
Oh, man, thanks for having
Playing
me.
me some exclusive.
Yeah, always.
Can't wait for this album, man.
Thank you, man. Me too. You know, I'm extremely excited about it and proud of it, and just can't wait for the people's reaction. You know, I'm ready for the Twitter timeline to
go crazy.
Drain out my battery. You know what I mean?